What's going on, y'all? It's your boy PC Williams coming to y'all live on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. I got a special guest joining me from the Trio 5, proper light skin himself, Minister, Pastor B. McCord joining me. Thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule to join you, boy. What's going on, B?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, it's an honor to be on with you, man. It's always fun to get a chance to talk some sports. Everybody that knows me knows I love sports. Always enjoy, debating back and forth on Facebook and everything. So what better way to start Championship Saturday than come on and chat about some sports with you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's an honor, man. Like I said, we've been going back and forth. I'm like, you know what? I started 1K Sports, man, because I want to get like real people's opinions. I feel like everybody on ESPN got their opinion, but I feel like it ain't nothing but paid barbershop talk, man. They got opinions and got their own bias or whatever. So I say, hey, I'm a man of the people, so I'm gonna ask the people what they think. So you always talking a whole lot of noise. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting sick and tired of this dude. I'm gonna bring him into the gauntlet. We're gonna put him on the spot. So here you are. Yeah. All right. So
man.
Off the bat, B. What's going on with the Dolphins? What's going on, man? Just right off the bat.
I figured you would start with the Dolphins, man. That's a good place to start. Man, it's been an interesting season for the Dolphins, man, in my opinion. I honestly thought that they would just be terrible all year. Like, seeing the people they got rid of, and it was clear that they were cleaning house and tanking, if you will, like people like to say. So I didn't expect them to be competitive at all this year. And initially, it kind of started off that way. It was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a long season. But man, as the week started to go by, I started to notice, like, man, they're playing pretty good football. They don't have no big names, and I really over the last few weeks started to gain respect for Coach Flores, man, because if you know football and you watch the Dolphins play, you can see that he's doing a very good job coaching, man. He's taking the guys they got, and he's getting the most out of them. And even some of the games they've lost, they played well, at least. And, as a Dolphin fan, you're like, man, we need to be losing. We need to get this first pick. And, I kind of been saying that, feel like, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all don't even know how to tank right. You can't even lose correctly. But, it is good to see just what he's been able to get out of them. And I think they're going to, you get a few years, man, they're going to be a very good football team once they get some pieces and once Flores has a few years under his belt. But I can already see some greatness in him as a coach and what he's been able to get out of these guys. And I'm looking forward to I'm giving it about 3 years. I think in the next 3 years, man, they are going to be a very good playoff team, if not better. So, it's been, listen, the Dolphins haven't been really all that good since I've been alive that I can remember. So it's been a rough stretch to be a Dolphin fan. But when you're a fan, you're a fan. When you're a true fan, you with it through the highs and lows. But I think the Dolphins are in a good place. I think whether they get the first pick or not, I think because of the assets that they've gotten with the money they've been able to get and the picks they've been able to get, I think they'll still be in a good spot. I'm not on this tank for Tua bandwagon. I'm not sold on Tua. I'm really not sold on Tua. So there's some other quarterbacks that I want to see them get. But I like what the Dolphins are, man. I like what the Dolphins are. And I think that they're going in the right direction.
Well, we go address that Tua thing too, because you just all disrespectful and stuff, man. So, but anyway, I wouldn't. For my record, me personally, I don't want Tua in Miami because y'all couldn't block. I can beat y'all offensive line. I can start for y'all offensive line right now, bro. My beat up behind. I can start right now for the offensive line, bro. So whatever, all right. I don't want Tua behind that line. He really ain't going nowhere. All right.
I don't either, because he's a pretzel. He's a pretzel, man. You touch him, he gonna break. So I don't want him behind that line either. So we agree on that.
All right. But anyway, now you said about Brian Flores. Now he come from that Bill Belichick tree, so he's no nonsense. Do your job. Everybody held accountable and stuff like that. So, and you say you like him and everything like that. So I was gonna ask you about him, but you sold on him and everything like that. I think he's a great coach. He come from a great pedigree, so I think he'll be fine, man. But your thoughts on the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade, though? Like, Like, how did you feel about that?
I wasn't crazy about it, but I understood it. I think because he was young, it was somebody that if he could endure kind of these rough years, he could still be a good player for you when the team is ready to compete. But I understood it. They needed the assets, they needed the picks, they needed the money. And I don't know what the conversation was between Minka and the team. Maybe he didn't want to wait it out. Maybe he wanted to go to a contender, which is understandable. So I don't know what kind of that relationship was or what that conversation was like. But I would have preferred to see him stay because of how talented he is. But because of what we got back, and me understanding where they are as a football team, I understood it. So, I didn't really get mad at it. I understood why they did it. But great player, man. And just to see the tear he's been on since he's been in Pittsburgh has been just crazy what he's been doing. But like I said, I understood it. Not crazy about the trade. I would rather him stay, but I get it.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of Minka Fitzpatrick, man. From his days at Bama. I remember his freshman year against A&M, he had just 2 pick sixes, man, out of nowhere. I'm just like, who is this kid, man? Then he just the next year should have won a Thorpe Award. I don't know what happened with that. He been amazing, you know what I'm saying? So I think he was a great player for y'all, man. But he's definitely balling in Pittsburgh right now. Might be defensive player of the year, man. We don't know, but he definitely is balling in Pittsburgh. But I understand y'all want to rebuild. He's a young player, it's a good asset to have. So
yeah.
But enough about the Dolphins, man. We gotta talk about some other stuff, some more important stuff, more relevant stuff, with Dolphins, right? And that's the U. We going on to the U. What's going on with the U?
Of course, I had to wear my U shirt. You already know, man. I they really disappointed me this year. Not because I expected a lot, just because how they lost some of these games and who they lost to. It is. Listen, I'm a realist, man. I talk about Bama, I talk about Florida State and all these teams I don't like, but I expected a lot more from UM. And I'm not even sure exactly I know what some of the issues are, but I'm not sure exactly how they go about fixing it. I like Manny Diaz. I'm not on this bandwagon of, he need to get fired. Listen, I understand that this was his first season. Okay, first time head coach, first season. I'm not just gonna throw the guy away because they had a disappointing season. It takes time to build, especially in college. I mean, it's not like you got free agency and you got to recruit, you got to build, kind of slowly. So I'll give him a few years. I think what he needs to do is get some better coordinators around him. Enos, I tried to give him benefit of the doubt. No, not working. It's just the same old thing, man. Like just this methodical offense that really just doesn't do anything great. And the problem with the U was this year, they really didn't have an identity. Right. Most great teams, they have an identity. You can say, okay, this team, this is what they do. They play great defense, they run the ball, and they kill you with the play action. That's kind of what Bama does. Great defense, they run the ball right at you, and then they kill you over the top with the play action. They hit you with these slants. That's what Bama does. UM, they don't have an identity. You don't know what they do. Are they a running team? Are they a passing team? So when you don't have an identity, man, it's really rough. And UM, man, I'll give Manny a few years, but I think for one, he needs a much better offensive coordinator that can really make that offense dynamic, that can bring the best out of the quarterbacks. And I think if he's not going to get a better defensive coordinator, I think he needs to take over calling the defensive plays again. Right. He gave that, that responsibility up. It was a noticeable difference. There was one week, I forget which week it was, he said that he was going to be more involved with the defense not calling the plays, but more involved. The defense played better, but then over the next few weeks, they kind of went back to just okay. I think he needs to go back to calling the plays. Like, it's not foreign for head coaches to call plays. Many of them do it. His strength as a coach is his defensive mind and his play calling as a defense. I mean, UM's defense was just ridiculously good under him. Like the amount of turnovers they forced, like turnover chain out. The amount of turnovers they forced were crazy. It was like when they needed it, it happened, and we just didn't see that enough since he gave up the play calling. So I think he needs to start back calling defensive plays and get an offensive coordinator that he can trust to say, listen, I don't really need to manage that. You got it. One guy that I like is it Applewhite? I think Major Applewhite. I think I'm saying his name.
Yeah.
I know he was in the talk for the head coach job or for one of the positions. I'm not sure what happened with that. I think that would be a great addition to the offensive staff. So, I mean, obviously I'm a season ticket holder. I'm whenever they piss me off, I'm be like, you know what, I ain't renewing next year. Like I always say that, and then I kind of calm down, and then I get my tickets back, and I'm gonna give them another shot. Like the thing is with UM, man, you see the potential, but they just always played down to their opponent, and you just never saw any, like you didn't see the great, like the consistency in the play. It's like one half they'll be good, then they come out and you're like, man, they look like a completely different team. Or one game they're good, and then another game you're like, is this even the same team? So major disappointment. I mean, obviously you lose the FIU. That's like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. You can't lose the FIU. Like, out of everybody we play, you can't lose the FIU. Like, you can't do that.
So
that was a major disappointment, man. So, I'm still with them. I think it's too early to write Manny off. I think he needs time to recruit and get some guys in there and really build. And I think he just got to improve his coaching staff, man. I think those coordinator positions are key. When you have a head coach that isn't really calling plays, your coordinator's got to be on point, and they're not. So that's my take on them, man. I'm disappointed this year. That's the best way I can describe
it. But like, here's the thing, bro. Like, you spend so much time bashing Alabama, dog. But little do you know, man. I secretly root for y'all to be good because I feel like college football is so much better.
We don't know if it's secretly.
You say what?
We don't know if it's secretly. How we gonna know? I appreciate it. Now you say it.
No, because bro, you gotta understand, bro. There is like the effect that the University of Miami has on not just college football but the NFL. You think about the NFL Hall of Famers that come from your school, the all-time great players. Then you think about, like I said, college football is so much better when y'all, Florida and Florida State, are all good. Because the reason is, like, think about Alabama, Notre Dame, Penn State, USC, all these other programs, Ohio State and all them, Michigan. They're built on like tradition, do it by the right way, by the book, But down here in Florida, we're a little different. You know what I'm saying? We got swagger. We talk mess. So it's like, okay, it's like when y'all good, Florida State good, and Florida good, it's like the entire country say, you know what? We all got to come together and beat them down there because they coming, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all in the 80s, Florida State in the 90s, the UF in the early 2000s. It's like that was the enemy. Hell, like everybody hate Alabama, right? But they love Bama when they knocked off Tim Tebow. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now y'all hate us. Now y'all hate us now.
Messing with my boy Tebow, man. They wanted to see Tebow go down.
Like, for real, B. It's like, come on. Y'all wanted us so badly to beat Florida. We did that. We did y'all dirty work for y'all. We took out people in Florida.
I didn't want y'all to
okay.
Not me.
You didn't. Okay. But most of the people in the world, they was like, Bama, can y'all please beat Florida? We tired of Tim Tebow and the Pouncey twins. It's okay. We'll take care of that. Then we built our own dynasty. Now y'all mad. Now they ain't mad. We did y'all dirty work. Now y'all mad. Like,
listen, I don't have a problem with Bama per se. Let me tell you, here's an easy solution to get me, not necessarily to like Bama, but to be okay with them. Easy solution, right? You ready?
okay, what?
Nick Saban leave. Nick Saban leave. Cure all. We good. All right, we good. I won't have nothing else bad to say. That's it. That's all it takes. It's not Bama.
Okay, you know what?
It's not Bama I got an issue with.
Okay, well, like back on you real quick. Then we go next segment. Like y'all, the impact y'all have on college football is like with y'all Florida State. Y'all become the common enemy when y'all are good. It's like no, we got to unite and take out Florida, the 24 team. Right. So it's like when y'all good, college football is good. Yeah. Ratings are high. Like when y'all was good 2 years ago with turnover chain, it was a national sensation. It was like college football is back for real now. Like it's back for real. The U is back.
The Notre Dame that year, I believe, was it that? Yeah, I believe it was that year. Notre Dame came down. I was at that game, man. Absolutely insane. That stadium was like, dude, packed. And buzzing the whole time. It was absolutely crazy. So what you're saying is right, man. That it was like Catholic versus convicts again. It was crazy.
Yeah. Man. You had Ed Reed in the building. You had the old Hurricanes back in town, bro. Like,
yeah, we got. Listen, I don't disagree with you on that, man. We got to get back to it because it's better for college football. It really is. It really is.
So I'm putting you on the spot right now. Now you say you're a Hurricane fan, and you say you know sports. You say you love sports. Now I asked about 3 different South Florida people this question. They couldn't even get past number 2. All right. I'm gonna put you on the spot. All right. Yo, top 10 all-time Hurricanes.
Oh, 10.
Yes. I went there. I
may have to write it. Let me get a pen.
Hey. Be respectful of everybody.
It don't have to be no order. I'm gonna do it out of not necessarily in any order.
Yeah, it ain't gotta be in order. Just like that make it harder. Put it in order. Just like give me your top. These are my 10 Hurricanes.
Okay. Erie. Ray Lewis. I mean, these are the easy ones.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor.
Okay. All right.
I could really just go on a running back run. Frank Boyle. Like just name the running backs. Clinton Portis. What do you think about it? I'm gonna go McGahee. He really hometown. Willis McGahee. Sapp.
Oh yeah.
Michael Irvin.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna say now you're getting kind of you counting kind of fast here without Irvin now.
I'm gonna go Devin Hester, man. The way he revolutionized some things in football, man. One more.
I know a few you just left out, bro. Just badly. Like
some names going through my head, but it's like it's a lot. Like it's a lot of guys who you could say. I know it's somebody real specific that I'm missing, and I can't think of it.
I can think of a few of them.
I could say I was a huge fan of this guy when he was there, but I don't know if I want to put him in the top 10. One more. See, this is why these lists are hard, because you leave people out and it's like disrespectful.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do by position. I got Sadie, okay. I got enough running backs. That's it for the running backs. I want to say Shockey, but I don't know.
No, bro.
One more.
You could use one more receiver.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way, but I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to like spread the love and not.
Don't do drill like that. Don't do drill like that now. Come on. Show
Uh,
Dre some love. Come on now. You know it. I know it. That boy top 10 dead or alive Hurricanes, man.
who? Who you say?
Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson.
Yeah. So I was tossed up between him and Wayne though. Him and Reggie Wayne.
Oh
But
yeah, they got Reggie. Ooh.
that's why I'm like because you leave one out is so I mean okay, so I'll go with Dre. I'm giving him the edge just because of how dominant he was in the league. So
Yeah.
not necessarily, it's his college too, but just it was his noticeable dominance. I mean, obviously Reggie Wayne was a great receiver, but man, when you start thinking about how much talent they got, so I'll make it Andre. I'll make him the last one. But man, so much talent, man. Like when you really start thinking about some of the guys that came from there, it's like, wow.
Well, now you had your list, right? You had your top 10 Hurricanes. I'm gonna tell you for the folks at home who you just left off. Kellen Winslow,
Yeah.
Antrell Rowe, Vince Wilfork, Brian McKinney, O-line love.
And I was gonna go O-line, but I'm like,
Hey, I'll go old school. Benny Blades, Highsmith, Melvin Braden. Like, bro.
Yeah, when you talk about the top Canes, it's like you're not really naming many people over in the last few years. So you kind of got to go back to, not that they have great players, they just not, to that stature yet. But it's
Jimmy
so many,
Graham
man.
was nice.
Graham was good. You're right. Graham was good. Wilford, obviously, man, I really enjoy Wilford. Man, Wilford was one of them players like sneaky athletic. Like he shouldn't have been as athletic as he was. Like you look at him, you're like, man, this big old dude with this big belly. I mean, this dude can run. This dude can pass. It like he can throw the football. It's crazy how athletic he was. But man, it's hard to put a list like that together, man, and not leave people out. But yeah, you're gonna leave people out. But it's a lot of honorable mentions, man. When you talk about UM, man, they produced a lot.
Right. So, all right, Hurricanes done. Now look, we're gonna get down to the near nitty gritty here, man. Yo, dislike for one Saint Nick Saban. Now,
you meant Satan? Saint Nick Saban. All right, so
and I made it a point. I made it a point to wear this shirt. You see all these national championships.
Yeah,
these ships, man.
Good for him.
Now look, I know why you hate Nick Saban. You know why you hate Nick Saban. The whole world know why you hate Nick Saban. I'm speaking for my mans. Nick Saban did not want to lead the Miami Dolphins. He wanted Drew Brees. They didn't clear Drew Brees. He didn't want Cole Pepper. All right?
That's the biggest mistake in Dolphins history. Picking doggone. And we're not going back to the Dolphins, but that is, I think we got cursed because of that. That's why. That reason right there is why we still not good. Cole Pepper over Drew Brees, man. Talking about his shoulder. It look like there's something wrong with his shoulder. That man broke all the records. Something wrong. Listen. Whoever the doctor was should be fired if they haven't been already. But I think that was the biggest mistake, man. And there's no telling what direction the organization could have went in. But listen. So you saying he left because of that?
Well, no. Okay. From my research, he did not initially want to leave Miami. But someone real powerful in Alabama gave him a call one night and said, Nick,
and wired some money, huh?
hey, what that man got paid by the Dolphins, that's chump change. The man got Bentleys all across the lot now, bro.
I know.
Y'all was not.
I know. That's what he left because of the money. They showed him them zeros.
So somebody real powerful in Alabama history called Nick Saban and said, you can bring it back. You can have you a statue right next to the bear. And Nick Saban, being Nick Saban, he talked to Miss Terry, his wife. He called me, said, Pat, what you think, bro?
No loyalty.
I said, he called me and said, Big Pat, what's up? What you think? I said, look here, Nick Saban, you can bring the tie back, bro.
No loyalty, man. No loyalty.
I'm sorry, but the man had to do what he had to do.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Listen.
Somebody passed on Michael Jordan in the draft.
Listen.
All right.
It ain't even that he left. He stood up there and said, I ain't going nowhere. That's what he said. I'm here. Listen, if you would have just been upfront or just not said anything at that moment, just let it be until you figure out what you're going to do. I ain't going nowhere, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, next thing you know, he on a plane getting out of here. Like, wait a minute.
Oh,
we ain't been, and listen, we ain't done nothing since. So it's like, and listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sour about it because that was nasty. I ain't like that he did that. He messed us up. He set us back.
Oh my God.
You know, listen, I know the kind of money Alabama got. Can't say I blame them. I know what they paying them now, even probably more than what it say they paying him because he get all kind of perks. And I get it. But you gotta leave the right way, man. Don't sit up there and sell people these dreams. I mean, we know Miami was in Saban we trust. Like we was ready. Boom, gone. I mean, how many head coaches we had since then? I don't even know how many. I lost count.
I had quite a few. But look, man, look. I get it. Nick Saban let you down. All right. And I'm sorry for you. But can you at least put aside your disdain for Nick Saban and really admit what this man has done in Alabama this last decade is nothing short.
I was going to get to that. Let me say this. So, all jokes aside, listen, I don't like the guy. I don't. And,
okay, we get it. Damn, we get it.
I just want to drive that point home. But me as a football fan, and I enjoy coaching football. If I wasn't as busy as I am, I would be coaching. I coached JV at my high school for a season some years ago. Even when I played, I enjoyed film study. I enjoyed calling plays. Like I absolutely enjoy doing that. So I admire good coaching. And even some of the coaches that I don't like, I do admire them. Nick Saban being one of them. I admire, and I can say it with, I'll make no bones about it. He is a great coach. What he's built, I don't know how he's done it. I don't know. It's a little shady, but
oh my God,
just the the dominance that his teams show, and his demeanor in coaching, like I like that. It reminds me kind of myself. Him and Bill Belichick. I can't stand Bill Belichick. Both of those are like the same people to me. Nick Saban and Bill Belichick are the same person. But as coaches, I absolutely admire them. Like I absolutely admire them as coaches. That no nonsense. We're gonna dominate, and we're gonna do what it takes to win. And that respect level that their players, their coaches, and everybody has for them, I admire that. And if someone screw up, don't matter who it is, they're in their face and they, I admire that. So while I don't like either one of them, but as coaches, I absolutely respect what they do as coaches and the dominance that their teams have had. You got to respect it. Like, I mean, anytime somebody can dominate as long as Alabama and the Patriots have, it's almost like they got some kind of telepathy going on. Like, both of them has just been dominant for, I don't know how many years. It's like the same teams, kind of. But yeah, he's a great coach. Arguably the best ever. I mean, you can make that argument. And then by the time he retires, you can make the argument that he's the best college football coach ever. But I do respect him as a coach. I enjoy watching him coach, especially when they're losing. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I respect him as a coach, man. I respect, just what he requires of his team. Like, he requires excellence from them, and I respect that. I remember going to the what bowl game did they playing down here last year? It was the Orange Bowl. They played in the Orange Bowl last year. Me and the wife went to the Orange Bowl last year. And I remember watching Saban like throughout the game. And every time somebody made like a little mistake, like a penalty or something, he had this little notepad where he took out his pocket and you could see him writing something down, put it back in his pocket. And I'm like, man, he gonna bring that up tomorrow or Monday or whatever. He gonna bring that up. Like, he himself is keeping a little notepad to hold his players accountable. And that's part of the reason why they're so dominant. But yeah, man, all jokes aside, I do respect him as a coach. And I can't hate on him for that. Even if, okay, I won't say that. Even if, it's a little shady, but, But I do respect him as a coach, man. He is a great coach, man, and you can't take that away from him. You can't take it away from him. He's been too dominant, too consistently. You can't take it away from him. So,
look, you ain't nothing shady. It's first of all, Nick Saban comes from Bill Belichick coaching tree. So exactly. Yeah, there's a telepathy there because they come from each other. Bill Belichick admits, hey, I learned from Nick Saban more than he learned from me. It's like it's like that, bro. So
same person, even like when it comes to coaching, they really remind me heavily of each other. Now, niggas
like
outspoken,
favorites, but no, I'll cuss you out.
Right. No matter who, it don't matter, right? Right.
But to put in perspective, like, okay, this year, Bama's 10-2. They're probably gonna play for the Sugar Bowl or Fiesta Bowl, something like that. Probably go win it. For most teams, that gets your coach a contract extension. That gets your program on the map. That gets you top recruits. For Nick Saban in Alabama, that's downright downtrodden.
On the hot
seat. Nick Saban might lose his job.
but guess what? That's like with anything, though. When you set a standard, you have to continuously live up to that standard. And if you don't, that's considered failure for them because of the standard that they've created. That's with anything. If you know what somebody is capable of and what they've shown you, if they anything below that, that's considered failure for them. Now, somebody else that you didn't expect that from, that ain't failure. But they've created that standard. He's created that standard. Rightfully so. They've been winning. They've been dominant. Anything less than a national championship is a failure for them. Look at your shirt. Anything less than that.
That's true. But at the same time, that's like, wow, that's so darn great. You're like, wow. Like, that's a sad reality, but it's like, dang.
Like, for you,
if the national championship, we fail. Like,
and you know what? As a football team, that's what you want, because that means you're dominant. That means that the expectation, not only from yourself, but from everyone, all the fans and everyone else, they expect that of you. So you want that. For instance, if was 10-2 and going to the Sugar Bowl or Fiesta Bowl, we'll be having a parade probably because we haven't been like that. We haven't. The expectation isn't that high because we haven't been that good. But
right.
You know, it's perspective. It depends on the team. Now, on the flip side of that, Fiesta Bowl, Sugar Bowl, whatever, is failure for Alabama because it ain't the national championship. Anything short of going to the national championship for Bama is failure. And you know what? As a football team, that's what you want. You should want that. You should want that to be the standard for your team.
Well, I was just thinking like people ask me like what makes me like Alabama so much. It's like I gained so much more respect for Nick Saban in losses because there was a stretch of time like I would say from 2011 to 2017 where you look at every loss, it's like okay, the kick six, the game against Ohio State, Zeke Elliott goes crazy for 230, you only lose by 6. They lose in the most craziest way, like somebody on the other team plays the game of their life that day. Like right. You're not gonna beat Bama just like on some. Like, you play the game of your life. They off a little bit and you barely win. That's how you beat them.
Right. Yeah. With Bama, you just have to. Any team that's dominant like that, you have to hope they make a few mistakes, and you got to capitalize off of it. You just got to hope they make a few mistakes, and you got to capitalize off of it because it's gonna be hard to just man against man, just like straight out beat them. It's gonna be hard because chances are the man on their side of the field is better than the one lining up against yours. Chances are, and they're gonna out scheme you, you know. And it's like what. So you just gotta hope that they're gonna make some mistakes. I mean, usually the key to beating Bama is stop the run. Stop their run. And you usually be able to beat them. Now that's easier said than done. They got 600-pound linemen that you know what I'm saying? That just, you don't even see the running back. He gone. And then these guys run hard. And the system is just such a good system that is, but if you can stop the run, you got a chance. If you can make the quarterback throw without being able to lean on the run, you got a chance. But that's easier said than done. Because, look at it. And that's kind of the thing with the Tua thing, like why I'm not really sold on him is partly because he plays for Alabama and the history of their quarterbacks. But with their receivers, you don't have to do much. You go 3-yard slant and they go for 80. Like, so as a defense, okay, you stop the run. All right, they throw a quick pass, not really gone. You know what I'm like? So it's hard to beat that. So you just have to bank on throwing a pick, somebody fumbling, something. If not, man, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough to beat him.
I'm glad you brought up Jerry Jeudy because it was interesting to me. I'm like, Nick Saban had Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, and Jerry Jeudy. That's 2 Biletnikoff Award winners and like 4 national championships between them. First team All-American with Amari Cooper and Jeudy, and Ridley as a freshman. I'm like, they should have been Miami Hurricanes, bro.
Yeah.
Like this man went in y'all backyard and plucked y'all talent. Like man, come here, Coop. Come here, bro. You don't know. Come here. Come here, Ridley. Come here.
And guess what? Because Nick knows most of the talent. The talent is down here. Like we know this is like breeding grounds, and obviously he knew that, and they out recruit us. Man, college football comes down to recruiting. Like,
yes, it does.
It comes down to recruiting. If you recruit, you got a good chance of being successful. And Nick Saban has done that. He's went in a lot of people's backyard and gotten their players. And
Devontae Smith is from Baton Rouge, bro.
Right. And we know he got ties to Louisiana, so it's like everywhere he's been. Like he was in Miami, so he got connections down here. And especially at the receiver position, almost all their receivers come from down here.
Yeah, just about, man.
So recruiting, man, and all those guys should have been Hurricanes, man, and that's what it's gonna take to get back. You gotta recruit. You gotta the tough thing about college football is that, like for Alabama, at this point, it's easy for them to recruit. They're Alabama.
Yeah.
They win. You got a chance of getting a ring. You see where, like for a receiver that's being recruited by Alabama, you look at all their receivers that's gone to the league, and you're like, man, that's how you sell. That's what you sell to these guys. Look, not only can you win a ring here, but look at what we've produced to the NFL. Come and be a part of that.
Right.
So you got him saying that, and then you go to, and then UM saying, we got swag, we got history. We haven't produced no Hall of Fame type, players or anything like that in recent history. Some good receivers, some good players, period. But talking about the names and stuff, so that you use that to recruit. So at this point, as Alabama, you just walk in and be like, "Hey, we're Alabama. You want to come?" And the player gonna know.
Right.
So, and for a team that's not doing great like UM, the question is, how do we get people to come back? What are we selling that will make them want to come? Now you got, okay, you're gonna have less competition if you come here, rather than you would at Alabama. You got a better chance to start.
Right.
Whatever. You got to use what you can, kind of thing. We're trying to build. We're trying to whatever. You can be home if you're from here. You can be closer to home, whatever, if that's what they want. So, but it's just hard. It's hard when you haven't been successful to recruit, because people like a winner. People want to win, and these kids want to go to the league, man. So if you're not producing, NFL talent, they can be like, man, I ain't going there.
All right. Now, as we sit here and my 1K Sports audience sees you, and they see you're well-spoken man of faith, man of God, a man of your word, But they don't know, man, you grew up in Carroll City. You grew up in one of the toughest, roughest neighborhoods in Florida, in Miami, in the whole world, man. So,
absolutely.
And I've always noticed, like, just not just with y'all, but just Palm Beach and Broward, y'all. It's like South Florida athletes have this swagger to them, and it's like this passion for football that's like we have guys up here. We love our sports up here in Jacksonville, but it ain't like it is down there with y'all. It's like a life and death thing. It's like if I don't get this, I don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you. You played high school football in Carroll City. Growing up in there, like, what really inspires y'all swagger and y'all attitude for the game like that?
So, yeah, man, that's a good observation, man. And South Florida, Miami, it has a culture like everywhere else. It's big city, like, there's this swag about Miami overall, period. When it comes to football and to the inner city, man, for a lot of people, it is life or death, essentially. For a lot of these guys, man, this is their way out. You hate that that's some people's only choice. But the truth of the matter is, for a lot of young kids, their way out is football or sports. So it's more than a love for the game. There is a love for the game, but it's more than that. It's survival. It's, I got to get out of this. It's, I got to get my family out of this. It's, I love this game, but I love my life more. And this is what's going to take my life to where I want it to be. So that is what creates that passion behind what you see. There's, even with the high school sports out here, you watch our games and you look at the teams that South Florida's producing the state championship this year. We got like 5 or 6 teams that's playing for a state championship. And yes, there's the talent, but there's also that drive that, this is my way out. Like, and the good thing about it is at this point now, they've seen examples of people that have come from here that have made it out. So they're like, man, I could be just like him. Like, I can be just like those guys. I can be, I can be just like Teddy. I love Teddy. Teddy, what Teddy is doing for giving back to his community. And I was just extremely proud of him, what he did when Drew Brees went down, man, and how well he played and how he led that team. Guys look at him like, man, I can make it out. If he can make it out, I can make it out. And that's kind of what it comes from, man. It's rough. Miami is rough. Not just Miami. South Florida is rough, man. You know, the violence, the drugs, we all know. We know what it is. But for a lot of these kids, man, they don't have the money to go to college. They can't afford it. The parents can't afford it. So it's either scholarship or nothing. So with that, that creates that passion that, I got to get this. I got to get this by any means necessary. And, and it's become a culture. It's become a culture that, we breed talent down here. We breed football talent. So from Pee Wee, Little League, Pop Warner, all that, the coaches, it's just a known thing that we breed talent. So, I mean, you got high school coaches that they go to the Little League games. They're already watching these kids. They're already looking. They're already seeing who is who and what is what. And it's becoming like a pipeline, where, these talented kids are getting a chance. But, I don't know about anywhere else. I'm sure there's other places where, that kids, have to have that passion and have to make it out. But it's something special about South Florida. Because you see these kids go everywhere to all these other colleges out of state, and they end up saying where they're from, and you're not even surprised. Like, yeah, I could have guessed he was from down there. Like, you got that swag, you got that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, it's rough. Obviously, like myself, I'm proof that there's other ways of making it out. I was fortunate that I didn't have to go the football route. To make it out and to make it out alive, and so many other people that I grew up with that aren't athletes that are very, very successful. And so there is a way. There are ways to get out without football, but for many, many kids, that's their way out, man, and they see it as a way out. So that's part of why that you see that passion, man, and why you see guys just work extremely hard to try and get it out, because it's survival for many of them.
Definitely. And like I said, man, I've had the privilege of playing with some great players, man, in my lifetime. People don't know, me and you was briefly teammates at Weber for like a semester, or, whatever, man. So, and I like I said, I played with some great players, man, but two guys you know very well from your neighborhood that you probably grew up playing against, Torrance Morris and Devon Tate, man. Like,
love
I think my top 10 teammates, like, T. Morris is the greatest offensive player I ever played with, and I played with some bad dudes. Troy Pollard, Troy Haywood, Angelo McCray, great players, man. And Devon Tate, the greatest defensive player I ever seen in my life, and I've seen some great ones, So it's like my best time ever playing football was my senior year at Weber. We were just losing and stuff, man. And it's like at one point, bro, I was like, man, I don't want to play ball no more. It's like I come from a winning school in Jacksonville. I'm coming here, we losing 2 or 3 games, winning 2 or 3 games, and here comes T. Morris and Andre Edwards, and like just a flurry of 305 dudes coming in one day. Like, I'm like, well, who are these guys? Like you felt the swagger immediately in that locker room, in the meeting rooms, on the practice field. It was like my love for the game came back playing with K1, from Miami, and Big Reggie from Fort Lauderdale. It's like, damn, I still got stuff in my tank. Like my passion came back for the game, playing with them guys, man. And so it's like wow, bro. Like I was born again because I was done with football mentally. I was like, man, what am I doing? I hate losing. It's miserable. Here they come. It's like I was born again with them dudes, man. So. Yeah. But there was your first impression of me at Weber wasn't a really good one, and as you know,
that was so long ago. I wouldn't even remember what happened. I don't even remember, man. How long has that been now?
That's been 9 years. Come on, wow. 2010. Yeah, that was 2010. 9 years, bro. Wow. Right. So, but yeah, me and there was a misunderstanding in the film room with me and the OC. That I don't know if you was there or not, man, but it was bad.
It's like I vaguely remember that, but I don't have the greatest memory, so I definitely won't remember it specific. But
I got into it offensive coordinator. We had just lost the game, and but we lost that game, and we wasn't going to the playoffs. So I was heated already, like dang.
yeah,
And he said something to me, and I snapped. I went off on him, man. Like, and then I'll forever be known as the guy that said to my offensive coordinator, "I will have your A missing for 3 days."
oh
Remember
yeah,
that?
I do remember that. Yep, it's all coming back now.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, it's coming back now. I got it.
Oh my god, bro! It was. I hate you had to beat me that way. I don't know.
I get it, man. Man, losing is not fun, man. And when you're passionate about it, man, listen, people, we say things when we get mad, and football listen, it's a bunch of guys, testosterone with so when you get mad, it's that's what it is. And as a coach and as a player too, you can't take that personal. Like, you got to know, listen, they're just passionate. Like, we're family. That's gonna happen. You got a bunch of A personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen. But nah, man, it was more funny than anything. But I'm glad you rebounded, brother. I'm glad you rebounded.
Back, it was funny looking back on it. But I hate to you had to meet your boy that way, because I think that was one of the first time I had ever saw you or something, man. Like, yeah. I don't know.
It's all good, man. You made up for it, man.
Yeah, I kind of mellowed over the years now. I'm a father, husband now. I'm a little less.
A bit.
Yeah. I got high patience. Trust me. I got it now.
I'm sure you do with twins.
Oh yeah, they go test you every day. If not one, the other one, then both of them, then one this hour, the next hour him. One day is him, the next day is you. Oh my God, it's like y'all trying to do it to me. Like, y'all trying. But anyway, like I said, you grew up in Carroll City, tough neighborhood, and now you have become, of all things, a cop. And we'll just leave it at that, because we can't say nothing else about your career other than you a cop.
Right.
But growing up in that area, did you ever think you would be a cop, bro?
So it's something I wanted to do out of childhood, but it was like, I don't know how serious I was about it. Like, I knew I kind of wanted to do it, but I don't know how, it's just like, yeah, I want to do this when I grow up. So it's hard to say if I thought I would be one. I think a part of me thought I would be, because it's something that I wanted to do. And I had a cop in the family, so I kind of, saw her and was like, it kind of gave you a motivation to do it. So I was, as I got older, middle school, high school, I was more sure about it. I was in the magnet program at Carroll City, criminal justice magnet. So I was kind of going down that route. I kind of knew that I would be. And I think part of the reason I wanted to was because of where I came from. Like, it was because of what I saw, what I grew up around, and just kind of wanted to try and make a small difference in a community that was similar to where I came from, in just my own little way. We can't change everything. We can't, it's hard for one person to change a whole, culture of things. But if I could just make a small difference, in a couple people's lives, and that was kind of the aim. So that's part of why I wanted to do it. Just wanted to go back to a neighborhood similar to mine and give back and be a cop that understood the culture, the community, and what it was like growing up in the inner city. There's a lot of cops that never grew up in the inner city, never lived in the inner city. No fault to them. But they just, all of them, they don't always have a understanding of the culture and of the community and what it is, that goes on there. But when you came from that, you can relate to people like no one else, and you understand things that only growing up there can help you to understand. So it's helped me a lot in my career, just relating to people, just being able to talk to people, and just, overall, it's been a huge asset because I'm looking at things from a different perspective, from a perspective where, no, I've been there, so I get it, I know. And, at the end of the day, the job is by helping people. It's a multifaceted job, but at the very root of it, it's about helping people. So, that's what I get to do. I love it. It it has its stresses, and it's a very misunderstood career. I'll say that. Very misunderstood career. And that creates a lot of frustration. But you move on from it. But yeah, I a part of why I wanted to do it is because I wanted to just be a small difference for kids and people that came from a place like where I came from. So, and I wanted to show people that, listen, you can come from this and be a cop, because in the communities like that, where I grew up at, cops was like the enemies, like not necessarily the enemies, but it's like, that's the police. We won't talk to the police. We won't deal with the police. We won't. No, that's that's the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like we won't mess with them. But I get to show people that, look, we need more people that came from here to come back and be a cop here. Like we need that. So don't completely write it off. Like tell your little kid. Don't tell your little kid. Like I hate when people say, oh. They see you in the store or something, like, oh, you better be good, I'm gonna have them take you to jail. I hate when parents do that, because that creates a culture like, oh, if I do something bad, they're gonna take me to jail. And instead of, no, that person is a part of the community. He's here to protect you. He's here to help you. And you can be that. Like you can be that. You can come back and serve your community in that capacity. So, I'm just trying to do my little small part, man, and giving back and doing what I can, for my community. So,
well, you won't believe this, but my freshman year in high school, I actually thought about being a cop, and I actually joined this program to be a cop. And believe it or not, well, you can't believe it, I got kicked out.
That was before the mellowing. That was before the mellow out.
But I found football. They kicked me out. No, we had this little convention, and we had it was like military style rules and all that. They're like, you gotta be in your room by this certain time, and I was like 14 years old, and I had just met this girl, so I was like, shoot, curfew, what curfew? You know what I'm saying? So
right.
They like looking for me, like all around. They like got an APB out for you, boy. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, they find me poolside. They say, you know what? Pack your stuff. You got this program. The next day, well, I found football, and then that was it.
Found
and here I am with you. So I could have been a cop too, but I can't have fun how I want to have fun in life. Be the cop. But is it, like you said, it's a misunderstood career, and I feel like my heart goes out to you, and not just you, but Big Red, Terrence Butler. Both of y'all boys being cops, both of y'all boys being my teammates. So if you're my teammate for a semester or 8 years or 4 years, you family to me, and I don't want something to happen to you. And it's like, it's such a disdain for the cops now. It's like, oh, y'all shooting and killing our black men, and that's the elephant in the room. Let's be honest, like, that's what's going on in the world. So how tough is it for you to look these people in the eye every day and knowing that you have your white counterparts, your brothers that you gotta protect and go to war with every day, being called these names and being called that? Then you have your inner city family saying, bro, what's up with your white friends? Your white cops killing us. Like, you being in the middle of that, is that frustrating to you sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's it's a tough place to be, kind of in that middle. Um, especially when something national news happens and it's just like, but you got to know how to balance. You got to know how to make people try to understand both sides, and like how to make both sides understand. Like I've had conversations with obviously people from inner city, family, friends, whatever, and people that I work with. And it's just a matter of trying to get both to understand. And, you have to try to bang on if people know my character and people trust my opinion and my character, then, they're more likely to listen to me and what I'm saying, and knowing that, I'm coming from an unbiased position. So it's like, listen, I'm not telling you, I'm not taking sides. I'm telling you this what it is. This is what it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just have to, it's a very balanced role. There's been times where people that I work with or whatever may be upset about something. I'm telling the truth. And there's been times where people, friends, family, whatever, from the inner city and whatnot, from our community, mad as well or upset as well. But truth is the truth. So, I've lived and is living both truths, both of them. So I understand both sides. You know what I'm saying? So I can speak on both. I can speak on both ends. And I think that gives me a unique position because I can speak the truth from this side and the truth from that side. And I use that to my advantage. And listen, sometimes people understand, sometimes they won't. Some people don't want to understand. They just want to have their opinion. They want to think what they want to think, and that's it. But I do my best to just love everybody. I love the people I work with. I go to battle with them. I love my community. I love my people. So I just love everybody, and people know if you ask me a question, and I've gotten away from kind of doing stuff on social media and everything. I don't get engaged in that stuff no more openly. But if someone personally, asks me a question about something, they know they're gonna get the truth. I'm gonna give you the true answer. Now, whether you like it or not is two different things, but I'm gonna give you the truth, and you either gonna trust what I'm saying or you're not. But I think it is a tough spot, but I think you just kind of balance it out and you just help people to know, like, listen, I love all y'all. There are some issues, and we just got to all be honest about the issues on both sides, and maybe we could be better because of it. But it's a very interesting spot to be in. I've kind of been in the middle a few times, but it's balance. It's being truthful with people and having people trust you enough that they trust what you're saying. So yeah, it's an interesting spot, and it continues to be an interesting spot. It continues to be very interesting. So as of lately, I just kind of lay low a little bit with some things, but.
And it seems like social media doesn't help at all. It's not helping. And like I said, I'm glad you stay out of that because everybody on Facebook can run for president. Everybody on Facebook is woke, and everybody knows.
Everybody's an expert.
Yeah, it's like you write something. You call 10 of your friends. Hey, I'm finna write something. Y'all hype me up now. Hype me up. You write your little nonsense. Here they come. Oh, you so right. By the time somebody come with some real objective, it's 10 on 50. It's 1 on 50. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got it all figured out. Yeah. But you a very intelligent brother, and like I said, for you and Red, bro, y'all just be safe out there, man, because people just blinded by hate. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Something go down, we call 911, but then it's up the police. You know what I'm saying? Somebody stole my car, we call police, but then forget the police. Somebody kidnapped my child, God forbid. Oh, we calling the cops. Hey, we need each other. We need y'all. Right. Y'all need us to do the right thing. And that way, if we all do the right thing, it's easier for y'all to pick up the bad guys because, hey, do the right thing. Y'all and us. That way, whoever's doing wrong can be identified and it can be a better world. But hey, it's like I said, everybody know it all, and me and you, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. We just talking head.
Like, I don't know anything, man. I'm like, I'm no expert, I guess. Whatever. I just let people have some time. I just let people
all you do is put your life every day, you know. But like I said, man, I really appreciate you joining the show, man. We got some things clear because I don't give everybody a shot, and I don't mean to sound cocky or arrogant, and if I do, I apologize. But I don't respect everyone's sports knowledge, and even on Facebook, I feel like most folks on Facebook are just a bunch of followers. Oh, ESPN said this, so I'm gonna say it. It's like some of y'all just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Right. But some people do, and you one of those people who I say, bro, know his stuff. I'm sick of the Nick Saban slander. I'm gonna put him on spot. Nick Saban, I got you, I got him, Nick Saban. He said you were a great coach. I got him to admit on national TV right here on 1K Sports. He hates you because you couldn't have it. That's where it come down to. You heard it first. He ain't mad because you're bad. He mad because you couldn't have it. He wanted to have it, you couldn't have it.
Let me know when you're gonna have Nick on. I'll come back on and we can talk face to face.
If I get to a point where I get Nick Saban on my show, I ain't your friend no more. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down with everybody else. I ain't down with you, man. That's small stuff. No, bro, I don't deal with you, bro.
Don't forget the small people, man.
hey, me, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, cigars and cognac, baby, right there. Championship range all around, baby. We just smoking cigars, man. We good over here. We don't deal with y'all down there no more, bro. We don't deal with y'all. But like I said, bro, the next time I'm in Miami, since y'all closed down King of Diamonds, that means I'll be free on Saturday night in Miami. And, I guess I'll be there. How I get there, how I look when I get there, what I had on the night before.
Don't worry about all the specifics later. You just got to get you
there. Y'all shut down KOD, so y'all ruin my Saturday night anyway. So I might just go get me a bite to eat, and just I'll see you on Sunday, bro. Since y'all shut down.
I'm sure you can find plenty more to do down here.
Hey, now I was down there for my honeymoon, like right after the wedding, me and my wife, and it was like, man, it's so beautiful down here. Yeah. But I can't live here, man. I ain't got to. Y'all too expensive, bro. Like, come on.
Listen, man.
I'm like, I went to finger licking, and I'm like, baby, like this like a real date right now. Like, you know, look at these prices, bro. Like we on a real date. We on a real date. For real.
Listen, but, man.
Hey.
It is a little expensive, but the key to that is staying home.
Right.
Eat at home. Stuff like that. Which I love to eat out. You know, we always eating out, but moderation.
I ain't got there yet, B. So keep praying for me. I'm gonna get there one day. I promise, though. I will. But thank you, man, for joining me. You know, as you know, I got twins today, man. So they in the back. I gotta go sit to make sure that they in my room, me and my wife's room. I gotta make sure the big screen TV ain't cracked up in two pieces. I gotta make sure my clothes in order, man. I don't know. Hey, it's been real quiet for the last hour. It's been real quiet back.
That's a problem. Quiet ain't good with kids.
I ain't heard nothing drop, bro. Something ain't going on back there. But hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, stay safe out there, B.
Thanks for having me, bro.
All the prayers go to your doctors and hurricanes. Now, Bama play at 4:00. No, they don't. No, they don't. Lord, no, they don't.
Hey, just enjoy everybody else like I'm gonna be doing today. Just enjoy everybody else's game.
What am I gonna do? I don't have Saturdays off like this. Oh my!
Got Louisiana and App State playing right now the Sun Belt Championship. So go ahead and watch that. Oklahoma's already up 7-0. So
And then they got the selection show on Tuesday. No, on tomorrow. Like I'm gonna watch it for real. Like I can't watch it.
All right, what am I watch that for?
Hold on, I've been banned from the selection show. You gonna ban Bama from the selection show?
Not invited. Not invited.
So we not invited to the Alabama Invitational? How we not getting our own party, bro?
The changing of the guard, man.
You know what? You prayed for this. God gave you favor. You prayed for our downfall. Ooh, bro. You gonna ask God go bring God in this dog just to bring us down, bro?
I would never. Mm-mm. Didn't have to, clearly.
Hey, you would never say that, but at the same time, like, God, I ain't asked you to do it, but thank you that next statement has fallen. Thank you. But hey, man,
see something new, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
appreciate you, bro.
My edit the video, do a little special things with it. Then we'll put it on Facebook. When I put on there, I tag you in it.
Okay.
Like I said, I hope I ain't breaking any rule with your job, man. We didn't say anything that wasn't too crazy, man.
Good,
okay, all right.
Good.
But anyway, y'all, my man B. McCord, y'all give him a round of applause. Everybody in the back, yeah.
Twins,
but,
thank you.
But yeah, man, appreciate it, man. It's my boy B. McCord, 305's finest, man. 1K Sports, y'all. Uncut, unbiased, unfiltered, unapologetic. My man B. McCord, we signing out. Peace out.
Man, take it easy, brother.
Yes, sir.